miss a throwdown. A person that was actively streaming, like currently in streaming, if you go over to their channel, took time off of their day to come in and yell at me for sweating, quote unquote, sweating. I got a 4K after a person gave up on Hood, so you know I'm a big sweat lord. And then I meant that like non-facetiously. What I was saying earlier too is like they have like 3K followers that value. Like they have a good thing going. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a good thing going. And I don't want them to ruin that. You know, you have a responsibility when you're on this platform to like nurture a good and kind environment. You really do. Especially with the DBD community that's already so bad all the time. And if you decide that you're gonna come in here and take time off of your day to make somebody else feel worse while you're actively streaming with that big of a following, like you gotta understand that you have a lot of people following you. Like you have a following of people that follow you, and you're setting that example for them. You're setting that example that being mean to someone and harassing them on the internet is like the way to go. But that's an okay thing. You're setting that example for them. So like you can't be out here just like anytime you get mad at a game, just like going and harassing another. Like they look. Here's the mess up part that I hate, because like I get I'm just a person behind the screen, but like they took the time. They came into this chat. They came into this zone. They came into this area. My space. Looked me in the eye. I have a webcam. Hi. I'm right here. They looked me in the eye and they said, yeah, I'm about to let this guy have it over a video game. Over a single match of Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna let this guy have it. For checks notes. Killing the survivors when the job is to kill the survivors. Like what? Like, but like I'm not saying this like as like just like, oh well, like I'm gonna sit on my moral high ground and like yell at this person, but I'm saying this is like for those, because I know a lot of you guys also stream. A lot of you guys also stream, and this is stuff that like people like you know never. This is stuff they don't forget. They'll snip that, they'll save that, and the moment somebody's like, oh, I heard so and so on TTV is kind of a jerk, they bring up those receipts. They bring up those receipts. That's what they do. You are setting yourself up for failure. That's what you're doing. You are literally setting yourself up for failure. You're distributing free material. Distributing free material that can take you out later when you do stuff like that, when you act that recklessly over a video game. So if you guys also, some of you do the Twitch thing, some of you do the YouTube thing, some of you do both, you gotta keep that under check. If you can't shut your mouth, you gotta find a way to ventilate that. You gotta find a way to ventilate that. That isn't harassing another person. And if you literally can't not harass another person when you're that angry at a video game, you need to find something else to do. Like you really do. If you can't maturely handle that, this isn't like 2009. This isn't like COD lobbies, dude. Like that era is gone. You can't say off the wall things anymore. You can't do that. You got to keep your stuff in check. You are a public figure, and this whole operation is owned by Jeff Bezos and Amazon. And when they partner you, when they affiliate you, they're expecting you to uphold good manners and good conduct. And they will take that away from you in an instant if you're so much as even slightly a hindrance to them. If you're even slightly a thorn in their side, they will take you out. They will take you away. They will knock you right out of that program. So you gotta keep your stuff in check. You gotta keep that stuff sealed. You have to. Or find a way to ventilate it healthy. Like I had a very, very boring match on Larry's where they were just W pre-dropping. I never made it personal. I was like, this is boring. I hate fighting players that play like this. You know, I made it about the play style, made it about what they're doing. Like, it's easy to ventilate frustration without making it personal. It's not that hard. Almost came in to say that and immediately left after listening to the backlash. Yeah, because they're literally streaming at the same time. They're literally streaming at the same time. That's why. They're literally streaming at the same time. Literally streaming at the same time. Took time out of, instead of entertaining their chat, talking to their chat, to come yell at me. Because I played the video game. Like, it's pathetic, man. Streamer, I don't get it, but it's annoying watching it into other streamers. They try to, you know, I'm wondering. No wonder people don't want to watch you. Literally, like you are. If there's a TLDR to my soapbox that I am on right now, it's that you are setting yourself up for failure. Like I said earlier, you are providing receipts for people to come at you later because you're going to be well known as a jerk in the community, so nobody wants to interact with you. We all do this. We all do this little fun song and dance of like, I'm retreating you. We're subbing to each other. We're following each other. We're rating each other. Like when you're in a community that like cares, like we all support each other. We bring each other up. And you close so many doors when just for what? Because he beat me in a video game. You shut so many doors. You shut so many doors with so many people because you can't take an L. How do you handle like when you get rejected from a job interview? Like what do? Do you throw coffee in the guy's face? Like what do you do in real life when you get rejected or something bad happens? You get somebody fender benders you start beating them up in the street. Like what is your natural response? Because apparently it's not natural. Apparently it's not reasonable. You can't do that. You are providing receipts. You are showing that the community and culture around you is inherently toxic and unwelcoming. And if for whatever reason, the community as a whole wants to remove you, because that happens. We live in a culture now where if public opinion goes against you, you may lose it all. Don't give people material. Don't do that. It's dumb. Wait, let's a bit longer to come up with the behavior exposed. Yeah, it's like we don't care because like we're about bringing people up here. We're not about cutting people down. We're not about taking people down. We're not about worrying about other people's dirty laundry, you know? Like, I'm here, I'll help you if you want help, but if you're here to tear people down, you're not welcome here. We talked about that earlier. Red asked him, like, where's that one person been? That's been a while. There was a person in this community that did nothing but tear people down, like 90% of the time they were around. So I removed them, even after giving them multiple chances. I removed them because they showed that all they wanted to do was take and hurt. We're all about bringing people up. We're about supporting each other. Like, the world sucks enough. It doesn't need extra help. And if you're either getting on the train or you're off my train. That's how I see it. Like, you're either on my train or you're off my train. That's the only way I see it. It's like either you're on my choo-choo train. We're full speed ahead. I'll take you everywhere I can within my power. And you guys do the same for me, which I appreciate so much. But the moment you spit in my face and you start like making trouble in the caboose here, like, I'm kicking you out. I'm disconnecting that part of the train. We're leaving you behind. Yeah, I'm disagreeing, so I'm being a raging a-hole. So yeah, and that's something that's hard for me. Not that like it's hard for me to be nice. That's not what I meant. But like it's like I get very emphatic. I get very intense. I love talking about things I'm passionate about, and I have to be mindful of like my voice and intensity because somebody might like that may come off very like hurtful. Like, I may not say anything like mean or hurtful, but like, so, you know, that's a lot of energy, right? Of like, man, I really don't understand it. I don't get where you're coming from there. Like, if I'm saying it like that, you know, if I say it like that, even though I'm not saying anything mean, like the energy and the cadence in which I'm saying it is very intense and it can be very like scary. So it's like, that's something you got to be careful about. But I try, but I know that's like been a lifelong thing that I've always had. Is I'm just like, I get very intense. I got to like dial it back sometimes. I have other channels I'll never talk in because I'll I'll watch and read chat and see how people are, and if the community is hateful, then I'll just leave. Yeah, there's so many Twitch chats I leave because like I'll just go in there and they're just like bashing all like the fellow, like they're just bashing the randoms on a survivor squad, or they're just all like dogging on the killer. And if they're doing that for like hours on end, I'm like, I don't want to be there. You're literally waiting people away being a jerk. You're waiting people away being awful to other people. You're waiting people away, you know? Like, you're literally warding people away. You're saying, no, I only want people who specifically agree with me and have the same kind of like mean girls mentality that I have. So yeah, entitled to your opinion. Yeah, as you guys are entitled to your opinion. We were having a discussion the other day because we beat Resident Evil 3, the original. Resident Evil 3 is Matt's favorite game, and I don't like that game very much. I think it's all right. But we had that discussion and nobody's feelings were hurt. Because that's what normal people do. So watch my mitts, the only bash people in the game? Yeah, exactly. Like, it's It's like here's the thing, and this would probably be a good way to cap this off because I do want to do indie horror games. There's a good way to cap this off. If you think for one moment that when you build this community of people that are just like very toxic and vicious, like they're frothing at the mouth, barking at the fence, they just want to be let out and attack with the first thing they see, and you keep opening the fence to let them go attack people, whether that be, oh, that solo queue Michaela was stupid, or that Myers was so sweaty. You keep opening the gate to let everybody out to go, bash and attack, and you let them back in the fence. Eventually they're going to realize that there's somebody behind the fence right next to them that they can attack whenever they want, and that's you. They're going to realize they don't have to be let out to be toxic and to be rude, to be awful. There's somebody sitting right there that they can be rude to, too. And if you think that you're somehow exempt from that, and they won't do that to you eventually, too, you are very, very wrong, my friend. You reap what you sow. Yes, that is a much more eloquent way to put it than I did. But yes, you reap what you sow. That's much well better put than what I said. Hey, up, how's it going? Yeah, I was in your Ghostface game forever ago. Yeah, remember you. We were in the team that did Totem Stupid Fast, or Group of 3, but we weren't comms. That's really good then. That's actually really wild. If you guys weren't comms, you had that good of a coordination. That's actually really good. Well played. Very, very well played, friend. Yeah, thank you for coming in. See, look at the opposite. Look at the other end here. Look at CMDR. Look at Bran coming in here. We were just talking about like people being bad in the community and being like rude and awful, and you're just like, hey. Just let you know, we weren't on comms. We were just a 3-stack. GG's, fun time. Like the direct opposite. Like that's a nice way to act. Thanks for the follow, by the way, too, Bron. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's like the polar opposite. That's like the right way to be. See what happens to your normal person? Yeah, and it's just like, it's not that hard to be kind. It's not that hard to be kind. It's really not. So make the world suck a little less for somebody else today. Yeah.